tell me what doesn't hit.
All right.
5 legs.
All right.
All right, so Javonte Williams, we know that running backs have been crushing against the Buffalo Bills. I think especially considering Russell Wilson may or may not have time, I think Javonte is going to be involved in the receiving game. We know he's had 3 straight games since he's come back of 3 receptions or more. I need 2 receptions for him. I need 20 rushing yards for Jaleel McLaughlin, who I had on my fantasy team. In the last 5 games, he's had 30 or more rushing yards. And again, we're talking about Denver running backs against the Buffalo Bills. We are talking about a little Stephon Diggs, 6 receptions. He's had that number or more in every single game for the last 7 games.
Yeah, I like that.
He is being force-fed. Khalil Shakir, 3 receptions.
Love that.
He has been much more involved over the last few weeks. We've had him get 4 or 5 receptions in some of these moments. And then Dalton Kincaid, who is now tight end 1, just to get 50 receiving yards. And he has been going crazy as well. I'm looking at his stats, 81, 65, 75 since he became tight end 1. All that together, I know it's 5 legs, and maybe you're uncomfortable with 5-leg parlay, which I kind of am too, plus 650.
Somebody that's actually really struggled in prime time since he went over to the Broncos, only averaging 12 points a game. But it's like this weird mix with him where he's the 5th highest rated quarterback this year. He's clearly better than where he was last year. But if you look at, let's put the rushing yards aside for him. Let's just look at maybe what that Broncos offense could look like. Besides that, could you see, like, let's say I gave you a free bet and said, Brad, you got to bet on something else for Russell Wilson. What other prop would you look at for him and say, all right, you're twisting my arm, I got to take something, because he's struggled in primetime, but has obviously played better against the Bills team that's really injured right now?
Well, if you're going to give me free money to play with, I'm probably going to slap that into an SGP and try to quadruple that money that you gave me as a freebie. Look, I'll say this about Russell Wilson. If you want to look at the SGP market, and you want to get some additional action that could be arm-related, could also be leg-related, but not specifically the rush yards. What I love at BetMGM is the opportunity to invest in pass or rush TDs, or both of them combined, and that's available right now in the SGP market. So maybe take Josh Allen for 2 or more total touchdowns. It could come on the ground. It could be of the vertical variety. It doesn't matter. And the same for Russell Wilson as well. I think the Broncos are going to put up some points in this game. As I mentioned, you look at Buffalo, number 20 in EPA rush D, a little bit better in terms of passing defense, but all the injuries, the roster turnover that they have had, especially in that secondary, I think makes them, again, more vulnerable and susceptible than we saw earlier this season. And Russell Wilson has made some magic with Cortland Sutton inside the red zone, as Sutton has been catching a ton of touchdowns. I love him in the anytime touchdown market. I grabbed it earlier today at BetMGM at plus 175. I think another magical connection between Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton for 6 is on the agenda.
And obviously come up with some other ones. I mean, we wouldn't say, Mahomes, technically it was his first year starting, but he wasn't a rookie if you really want to get technical. But you know what I mean? Like, there's some, that's when you can tell.
They pop off the page immediately.
Right away.
Usually they don't carry a team, though, and I'm not like CJ Stroud. I mean, the Texans' defense is much improved, obviously, and they have some pieces. But, I mean, like Pittsburgh, remember Tommy Maddox got hurt and Ben Roethlisberger came in, and that team went to the AFC title game with Jerome Bettis and that defense and, Hines Ward, and then the next year they won the Super Bowl. But that was just like right place, right time, right situation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The Texans, this is all CJ Stroud. He's the real deal.
And it's also, too, he doesn't, he's got a really short memory, right?
Yeah.
Had a couple of turnovers in the game, and he just forgets about it. He just moves on and understands that, that's not the end of the world. He's just so mature. And I think that really matters, too. It's one thing to have all the talent in the world. I mean, look at some of these quarterbacks that were drafted higher, like first-round picks, but you knew right away, they were immature, and it translated over the field. Zach Wilson's one. Johnny Manziel's one. Baker Mayfield's one, but he obviously had a good rookie year. But his immaturity certainly hurt him early on in his career. You got to be a leader. You can get away with more as a tight end or a linebacker, be a little crazy. Maybe you're young, going out and partying a little bit. If you still show up you don't have the same responsibility. As a quarterback, you are the leader of that team out there on the field, and it's not just what you do physically, it's also what you are mentally and how you're a leader. And you see it with CJ Stroud. It's remarkable what he's looked like
What is
this
the
year.
Texans with Bryce Young as the quarterback?
Oh God, probably bad.
I don't
Probably
think
a
they're this
couple
good.
wins.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
they're
no
this good.
way. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, good. Certainly, they're a more talented team than where the Panthers are.
But their offensive line's not good.
No.
We know that.
And we've seen that Bryce Young behind a bad offensive line versus CJ Stroud behind a bad offensive line is a big difference.
I know
real.
it. Yes, I know.
It's real.
No, it's
It's
not
real love.
real. It's
Travis
not. I knew
Kelce
you were going to talk about
and
that
Taylor
just
Swift
now.
are in love. He spent his off week, his bye week,
I know. I saw
with
the video
Taylor
too.
Swift
In Argentina.
in Argentina.
He didn't
Don't
go to
cry for me,
Iowa.
Argentina.
He went to Argentina.
He went to Argentina,
Not
and
hard
she
to do.
replaced one of the lyrics of her songs. Talked about dating a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. He got a big smile on his face. He was Josh Giddey about it. And then she ran over,
knew you were gonna
and
say
they
this.
shared a kiss that was a real kiss because it's real love. Just like I told you, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes little 87s and T-Swifts in the baby carriage. It's real. They're just two talented people that
All right.
happen to fall in love, and it's real.
That
And
is-
I was right.
that's team
and
love
you guys
over
were
here.
wrong.
All right, Trista.
They
Are you still on my
they
side
don't
with this? Because
need
guess
help.
what?
They're
Hold on.
already-
Hold on a minute, my friend. Not so fast, my friend. Have you ever watched a movie where two people that aren't in love kiss? Have you
Yes.
ever watched somebody change
Yeah,
the
just
lyrics
this morning,
of a song
actually.
for their
They
audience?
didn't kiss much.
Yes.
Have you ever watched somebody maybe pander to their audience in one way or another?
Never.
Taylor Swift can change the lyric and she can kiss Travis Kelce, and it doesn't have to be love. They can be maybe hanging out still. It can be casual.
Nope.
That doesn't mean it's going to end in marriage, my friend. This is still a publicity stunt. I am not ready
Nope.
to commit on this yet. No way. It is still all for publicity.
So I watched Taylor Swift run to Travis Kelce, and my initial gut reaction was, "Aw," and then I was like, "No,
Yeah,
I
because
know.
she
No!
knows it's real.
that's
I
what
know.
thare doing.
It's
this
realer
is
than
what,
alien
How do I
autopsy
know
photos.
it's fake? Because even me, the cynic, was like, "Oh,
I know.
look at them! Oh, look at Travis Kelce all blushing when she says his name in the lyric." No, sir. The Taylor Swift machine is a monster.
Thank you.
They
Thank
are on
you.
tour. He is at Dick's Sporting Goods. The commercials
Is he?
keep getting higher and higher. I see him everywhere. Jason Kelsey's on Thursday Night Football.
He's the
Jason
sexiest
Kelce,
man alive
Sexiest man
candidate.
alive.
The whole Kelsey family's
I love it.
benefiting from
I
this.
love it.
The fact
Finally.
that Jason Kelsey is a finalist for Sexiest Man Alive
He's a good-looking
is the
guy.
reason I know it's fake.
I didn't look at it early on. What was the lowest it got?
36 and a
36
half
and a
at
half.
one point
Ah.
I saw.
Wow, that would have been
Maybe
big.
even dip lower, yeah.
It might have. I mean, this has been, it hasn't been pretty, and Denver can't score touchdowns, so or has a propensity anyway to not score touchdowns. The Cortland Sutton play notwithstanding, which was amazing. That was an incredible catch. But yeah, these unders in prime time, and really the unders all season long, it's a winning combination if you just bet them blindly. And if you're betting them blindly in prime time, my goodness, you are making serious cash.